Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a little bit since I have been done any videos, but I have been quite busy. So I thought I'd pop on here. I'm getting ready to go to a catalog launch here. So, but I thought I would pop on really quick before I head on and just make a super quick card. I just got the Carousel Horses bundle. Now, they come with all these beautiful stamps. It's photopolymer and the dies. And the dies has parts to make the carousel, to cut out the horses, and to cut out the little banner. I am just going to be using the horses. I haven't played with the carousel yet. So I just wanted to pop on and show you a quick, simple card that you could make with the carousel horses. So what you're going to need is a piece of cardstock that is, let's see, this is 8.5 by 5.5, and you're going to score it at 4 1/4. And then you're going to need a piece. This is one of our new DSP packs. We have all of these new patterns and all of the core colors, and then we also have a pack in the new in color combination, and I chose Berry Burst, and I cut this at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I have a piece of Daffodil Delight. I cut this at 2 inches, and I used, to get this scallop die, I used the die set from the stamp set, or a die from the stamp, the bundle, this piece right here. So it has the scalloped edge, and to cut this, you're just going to line this straight edge. You're going to have this come into the paper. You're just going to line this straight edge here. Just make sure it goes over just a little so it cuts all the way through. And you're just going to line this with the edge. And when you run it through your die cut machine, it'll give you that, and you'll do it on both sides. And then the circle piece, I've used our Stylish Shapes dies, and I used the largest stitch circle in this die set to get this. And then this is just a piece that measures 4 1/8. It was a scrap skinny piece that I cut when I cut this mat. I just cut this down to 4 1/8, and so we're going to use that to decorate the inside of our card. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with all of our stamping first. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stamp our horses. And I'm just going to do it in Memento Black. And I want to show you how easy this is. I'm going to bring this down here. How easy it is to fill in the parts of this horse with the color. So I'm just going to stamp him right there. Clean that off. And then I'm going to stamp one of the ones that are on a pole. Stamp him right about there. Okay. Go ahead and clean that off. And now I'm going to use, since I'm using a Berry Burst background, I'm going to use Berry Burst for their saddle. So there's 2 different size saddles. The smaller one fits the horses on the carousel poles. Just going to tap that in, and it's pretty easy to line up. Okay, that saddle is colored in. And we're going to go ahead and do the larger one. And that one's colored in. So that was Berry Burst. And then for their hair, I'm going to use the copper clay. And these pieces are just longer pieces. For the smaller horses, there's 2 different carousel horses. The hair is different, so you'll be able to match up which hair goes on which horse. So I'm just gonna do the smaller horse here, and I'm gonna have to stand up and get over it for this one. This is fairly, I'm gonna bring it down. Fairly easy to line up, but it's easier when you're over it. Okay, there's the hair for the small one, and then the larger one. Okay, and yes, some of the hair is supposed to have the white spaces in them. Okay, so our horses are stamped and they're ready to be die cut, and I've already done that ahead of time. And the next stamping we need to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some of these back because I need these blocks. We're going to do some tone-on-tone stamping. Okay, I think I got enough. So it comes with these little tiny flowers here, and we're going to use those for our backgrounds. So first, we're going to go ahead and do Daffodil Delight. And I've just put the stamp on either side of my block so that I just have the one block I need to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp on this with these flowers and just do some really cute tone-on-tone stamping. And I'm twisting my block each time I stamp so the flowers are in a little bit of a different orientation. Do that there, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and clean that off, and then I'm going to use the smaller ones to just kind of fill in some of these little areas here. Put as many as you want on there, or as few. I'm not doing the center because my circle is that I cut out of the Coastal Cabana is going to actually go over that, so I don't need to worry about stamping there. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this Coastal Cabana piece. I'm going to bring in my Coastal Cabana ink and do the same thing there. Just kind of randomly place circle or flowers. And then I'm going to come back in and fill with these smaller ones. And I'm just kind of not really thinking about it, just putting it down. And I probably really didn't need to do the center, but because that's going to be filled as well. Okay, well, let's see, one more right here. That's good. Okay, now the last thing we need to stamp, and I had forgotten to prepare this one beforehand, is we need to stamp the banner and cut that out. Let's see if that'll fit on here. Nope, I need to grab a white piece of cardstock and get this put away so I have a block to use to stamp that. Okay, so we're going to stamp the banner. Okay. And then the last thing we need to do is we need to stamp the sentiment. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use Berry Burst color for the sentiment. I'm just going to stamp Happy Birthday. This stamp set has the Happy Birthday sentiment. Go ahead and do that in Berry Burst. And I'm going to stamp it right in the banner before I cut it out. For me, it's easier to have on a lot of the dies to have this stamped before you cut it out. Perfect. All right, so I need to run this through my die cutting machine. And we'll get the die out from this set, the die set that coordinates with this. And if you have a hard time with it staying in place, sometimes I do, you could just use some washi tape to hold it in place. Sorry for the shaking. Alright, so we have all of our elements ready for our card. Get this back. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and attach this to the card base. And the other side has circles, and I'll show you my sample in a minute. I use circles on the other one. I thought it would be fun to kind of do the stripes on this one. Okay, so this is just going to give you a very small border around the card. I like borders around the little bit of the card base showing. Okay. And then we're going to go ahead and attach this. I'm going to kind of eyeball center it. Just like that. And then we're going to go ahead and attach that in the center. You could put some cardstock behind it on the top and bottom to reinforce, but I think it's fine the way that it is. And then we're going to take our horse and we're just going to pop that right on there like that. All right, and then we're going to take our Happy Birthday sentiment and we're going to attach some foam dimension on it. And I am going to take it up here and just kind of test it to see where else I might need some. So I'm going to grab some of my smaller ones and put them on the back right about there. And I think I'll put one right in the corner there. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and attach our sentiment There we go. So there is the front of the card, and then I'm going to go ahead and decorate the inside. What I'm going to do is, I don't want the carousel horse. This horse is going to go on the inside. So I'm just going to fussy cut this pole off the horse. There we go. That is gone. Now we have just this horse and this piece here. So what I did, I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to attach this piece right here on the inside. And then we're going to just go ahead and glue our horse down on the inside. So cute. All right, so here is our finished card. And this was so much fun. Here's my sample. I did embellish it a little bit more. I used lemon lime twist, and I used the dots back here. This is melon mambo, and this is bubble bath. And then I used the bubble bath ink, and I used the same copper clay for the horse and the copper clay for the banner, and then decorated the same on the inside. So there are my cards. Just a quick video of what you can do with the carousel horses. I'm really excited to get working on the actual carousel itself, but I think these turned out to be really simple and cute birthday cards. Thank you for joining me, and I'll catch you on the next one.